I'm sorry I missed the first question, so could you repeat that for me?
Of course, no problem at all. I was asking, since we've got this idea that God sometimes uses testing to reveal the depth of our obedience, how do you personally think we can tell the difference between a test from God and just a deception that's meant to lead us astray?
So even the deception could be God's instrument to test the level of our obedience. And if we fall into deception, then failed God's we have failed to pass the test from God. And this is to see whether we would remain obedient to his command even under such circumstances.
Absolutely. And that's a really thoughtful way to put it. In other words, even when deception comes into the picture, it might just be part of that bigger test of whether we'll stick to full obedience or not. So let me follow up with another question. Do you think there are any practical ways we as believers can strengthen ourselves so that when these tests come, we're more prepared to recognize them and stand firm?
So, to overcome the temptation and deception of Satan, we must be thoroughly equipped with Scripture so that we can resist such temptation. I think Jesus also demonstrated the perfect example. In Matthew chapter 4, Satan came to Jesus, who had fasted for 40 days and night, but even Jesus relied on the scripture to resist the devil's temptation. And I think this is the example that we should all follow. That's how, in order to drive out the devil's temptation and deception, we must be thoroughly equipped with the scripture.
Exactly. I think you've nailed a key point there. The way Jesus used scripture as his anchor in the face of temptation is basically the model for all of us. And as theological friends, I guess that means our study sessions and immersing ourselves in the word are not just academic, they're actually spiritual training so that we can spot deception when it comes. So, yeah, that's a great insight. Let's keep going from here.